this is going to be a serious video that I need to address. And sorry if it's not, your liking, but it's something that I thought that I need to talk about. Now, this is regarding Void Esports. The esports that I worked for, a Fortnite esports, soon to become an esport, a general esports. Good luck with them. And it's basically kind of about why I quit and why I'm probably going to quit again after just joining for 2 days. And it's partial. I'm going to make this short and sweet. It's just partially because of work ethic, as well as the founder and CEO, Frank. Now, I want to address up by saying, nothing wrong with Void Esports. I don't want you guys to watch this video and have a bad rep of Void Esports. I think Frank did an amazing job. All the members are lovely. Void Esports is doing so well. They just got someone to qualify for grand finals. And I think it's something that I'm proud of, and I'm definitely proud of someone being in Void Esports. But partially because of that, there's two problems I need to address on why I quit esports. And after I joined, I think Void Esports are generally still stuck in that same loop. So I just see no point in coming back to it. And those two reasons are work ethic and with Frank. Now, I'm going to address work ethic first. It's just really simple to the point. I am a content creator, and I'm starting to reach on that level that I not only need to hold my reputation and responsibility correctly, but I also need to be posting quality more than quantity. I can't just post Spinjitzu Master quality stuff, and I can't just expect it to do well. I can't just post 20-second edited montages and call it a day. That's not how this industry works now. And after a while, because I had finals, I had school stuff, I had my socials, and every other socials, because I have school socials, other socials that I run for, not just only esports. And it's something that I myself have to deal with, right? The workload is genuinely insane. And with the summer, I basically have to focus on Void Esports and my own stuff. And with that, it's starting to become really hard to create videos for Void Esports. It's not saying that I wouldn't be able to do things. It's just two reasons, right? First, I'm not playing Fortnite as much now, so I don't know what the current meta is. I don't know what the jokes are. I don't really study Fortnite now. That's not a topic that I focus on when it comes to content creations. And then second is that, the quality, sometimes I make a bunch of stuff. I don't like the quality. I don't like how I'm saying things. I don't like the content. I just scrap it. And then that's why it takes me longer to sometimes make videos. And so with that being said, after a while, my content, my socials and Void socials started to go down. And I thought to myself, okay, why am I focusing on two socials that are doing crap when I could just be focusing on one and post high quality stuff? Why am I focusing on posting multiple mid content when I should be only considering posting actual high quality stuff? That's what I thought about. So I just continued on posting. And eventually I was like, you know what, this is not going to do it, so I have to quit Void. Second is issuing with Frank. I want to make this quite as quick as possible because I know some of you guys were not really that much attention span. But Frank, by no means, is a bad founder. He is a great guy, and a lot of the things, a lot of love, a lot of my past experience, a lot of my friends even, without him, I would have not received. But it's starting to feel like that he's making this esport more like a business kind of meeting-ish. Now, when it comes to a business, yeah, you don't really need to have connections with your workers. I pay you to get this work done on time and a certain quality, and that's it. Moving on, I pay you, that's called it. But with an esport, especially when you're not paying anyone, you want to make sure that everyone feels included. It makes everyone feel like they're a family, and it's something that you yourself build a community. There is a bunch of people rooting for you to grow. And it's starting to feel like that esport is no longer there. That feeling of family, that feeling of bond is no longer there. For example, when we merged with XCal, Frank necessarily after hearing our decision, didn't just immediately follow through, and he basically just thought of, pros help me, content help me, this help me, that, right? And he didn't necessarily care about the one thing that is most important, community, the people that help him grow. Right? And then the first issue that happened was that everyone was not happy with the bond because, first thing, obviously, I get it, right? Adapting to new things, not that easy, not an easy thing to do, but you have to worry about your community, right? Make sure your community's happy, and if that's what will root for you when it comes to XCal. And he just didn't really necessarily care about the community, right? He just cared about, hey, everyone's got to deal with it. We just try to make every XCal, Void Esports better. We're trying to grow, right? So with that, he started to just work more like a business. Everyone in the esports team, I'm willing to help. He keeps on saying that esports makes people, improve, make them gain certain abilities. Yeah, that's true, but like they're trying to work hard on the thing they're trying to grow to. And although we provide those resources, we don't willingly do that. Like we don't like in Void Esports, we're not pushing ourselves. And I feel like that's kind of part, right? Like if you join, I think you should be learning something every day, gain experience every day. And I think that's part of also my responsibility. I want to help out everyone who did content creation. If you want to do content, you want to become a TikToker, you want to become a YouTuber, I would love to help. I would love to sit down for 3 hours explaining just what CapCut is. And sadly, the Void Esports just doesn't feel like that. It just doesn't feel like a community. It just feels like a 9-to-5 job. I clock in, I clock out. That's it, right? And I'm starting to feel like Frank is just using me in terms of that. I'm not saying Frank's a bad person. I'm not saying he's actually legit, using me and not paying me, stuff like that. He's not supposed to pay me, He's not supposed to be. I do this work voluntarily. I love helping out people, and it's starting to become the fact that, I just don't do it, right? Everyone I speak to is always, what's up, man? I speak to them as a friend. I speak to them as a best friend. I'm like, what's up? You got any things to say? Oh, if you got emotional feelings, what's up? If you need editing help, I got you. But the Frank, it's just like, hey, Frank, I got that video done. You got anything else for me to do? Oh, yeah, this thing, that, right? It just feels like a boss. Like, I used to have a connection, a really good friend connection. After a while, it's just, there's no friend. It's just, I'm working a 9-to-5 for a boss. That's legitimately it. And at some point, I just have to sit down and just realize that, hey, he's somewhat using me. He could necessarily fire me at any single point, but he doesn't, because he sees that I can somewhat help the team. And for some of you people are like, wow, that's such a great thing. Why would Frank do it? I kind of see it as someone as a negative, right? Like I said, I don't post stuff. And he has definitely ratted out behind my back that I don't do much things. I already explained why I don't do much. I explained the behind the scenes. I do it, but I just don't perform it. And I get why he does it. I'm not gonna not agree. I'm gonna throw myself under the bus. Yes, I definitely don't do as much as I used to, right? I'm gonna fully agree on that. I don't do as much as I used to. But there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I do, but they just never get revealed to the public. And with that, trust me, Frank is just, he's got stuff, right? He's hiring a bunch of people, he's doing all the things, but I know he's keeping me because he sees use in me, right? I have the connections, I have, I'm great with human relationship, I can commentate for streams for hours, and I can basically be a business partner. And it's starting to be like that I'm sitting here and I'm not doing much. Like, I'm just sitting here and I know he's somewhat using me. And that's the same thing. He don't care if you genuinely good for an esport. I feel like as a content creation role, if you not putting an effort, I don't want you. However, if in his eyes, if you have subscribers, if you just have things that can help him, he'll accept you in. Because again, he's not paying him. Again, I'm not paying him. But like, I think that if you are in a community and you show me that you are willing to work, I think that, yeah, I'm willing to help put you in effort. If you want to get started, I will definitely help you, but you ain't joining the team. But to him, it's just that if things can help, it works for him, right? So I'm not saying, again, Frank's not a bad person. He definitely gave me a lot of stuff, but I think it's just something I need to address out, and I think it's because of those two reasons, and it still hasn't changed. I join it, and I still see the same effect. I'm sadly gonna have to say that I just can't take a high position anymore. I don't want to take a high role for Void and then just not do anything. Why would I do that? No, I want someone who's willing to actually put in work. I don't care about my own content. I just want to focus on Void. I want someone that taking my role. And deep down from my heart, Void definitely taught me so much. I learned so much, and without Frank, I could have not done it. But with the current state, I just see him focusing on business rather than community, which is what I focus on. I'm starting to have a quote where it's just like community before, socials. Community is always, every subscriber that I gained, I love dearly. I love waking up in the morning and seeing everyone view my videos, seeing every single comment, seeing everyone's appreciation. Because I have a reputation. I have a respectful thing. I need to do something that shows out to the world. There's a reputation that I stand for. And if I can't perform at that level of reputation, responsibility, and respectfulness to the public, then I'm just not gonna do it. If I can't produce high quality Spinjitzu Master stuff, Asian Failure stuff, I'm not gonna do it. And I'm just probably gonna quit YouTube, right? I wanna actually post out genuinely good stuff that I'm proud of. So yeah, thank you for listening. I know it's long. It's like a 9-minute video. I just been ranting, but main issue is that after this video, I'm probably going to be quitting esports, or avoid esports, esports in general, because first things first is just work ethic, and then second, I don't think I can deal with Frank anymore. Not a bad person. He's not being rude to me. He's not being that. I know he's ratted me out before. I know he's told shit behind my back. I know that. Okay. And everything he says, I agree with. I stand behind him. I will support him with documents and evidence. But it's just because of my work ethic, my reputation, as well as Frank's. I can't do Void. I don't want to be here being useless. So without further reputation, thank you for the 60 of you who said, yes, I want Jesse back. Thank you for all those people. I genuinely appreciate to my heart. I hope I can still help out. I'm still going to be in the server. I'll still help out. If you need help, I got your ass. If you need stuff, I got you. But it's something that I need to address. And this video will be up regardless. You will not see me delete this video. This video will be up. And Frank might delete the announcement, but this video will be up here for the majority of time. So I will say this, I'm quitting Void Esports permanently. I don't want to be associated, nor do I want to be part of Void. However, that will not stop me from helping out with Void. If you want me to help, I will help. If you want me to help out with the community, I will help out with the community. If you want me to do some stuff, I will definitely help out. If you need to cut, I'll do that. If you need commentation, I'll do that. If you need anything help, you can more than free ask me. Even Frank, anyone from Void, I'm willing to sit down and teach you what I learned. I'm willing to sit down and show you what to do. But from this point on, I'll still help out with Void. If you want me to help out with Void socials, I can. If you want me to fill a short, edit it, I will help out to that. But I will not be part of Void. I don't want to be associated with Void. I don't think that my responsibility, my reputation fits in here. Thank you for listening. Jesse signing out.